It is Friday morning, February 5th. We're about 2 hours before the open. Want to get this quick video out. We have new information from the market that we didn't have last week. What is that new information? We saw a drop from the top of the channel down to the bottom of the channel. And once we hit the bottom of the channel, we did not pause at all. This is the 50-day moving average also. I'm going to put that moving average up. We bounced off of that Monday and we never looked back. And I've mentioned this the last couple of days. Typically, when you have selling like this, you're going to see an aftershock and a retest of that low, at least a pullback that makes a higher low. Never happened. Whoosh, off to the races. That tells me that the buying pressure is super, super strong. Everyone is counting on this massive stimulus bill. Coronavirus cases are starting to go down. The mutations seem to be treated with the old vaccines, almost as effective. We have decent economic numbers this week. This market wants to go higher. We just made a new all-time high yesterday. S&P futures are up 20 points right now. We need to get long. We're going to exit our VXX position this morning. We're going to sell it market on open. Those are the March 19th $18 calls. Let's get rid of them. Netflix, you have to watch that trade. We got some decent news yesterday. Stock is above 550. If the stock is below $550 today, 5 minutes before the close, you have to buy that spread back in. I believe that with the positive market tailwind, the stock is going to move higher today and it's going to close above our 550 strike. I can't emphasize this enough. You must close this spread down if the stock is below $550 5 minutes before the close of expiration Friday today, February 5th. So this should already be known to you. That's how we handle spreads. I think we're going to be okay on this one. I've got two trades that I want to put on this morning, and I'll show you the first one. I don't have time to go into extensive analysis. I will just say that there is a really nice bullish flag that's setting up right here. You can see the downward sloping trend line. You can see the support right here at a prior resistance level was resistance, now support. 1, 2, 3, 4 touches, and now we've got the stock starting to move higher. That 50-day moving average is holding. If I put up the Heikin-Ashi plotting method, you can see flat top red, doji, flat bottom green. Everything looks good. We're above that downward sloping trend line. I believe that CLF is going to move higher on the notion that there's going to be an economic recovery sometime in the next few months. So the market's not going to wait for the recovery to be underway. It's going to anticipate that and it's going to move into these stocks, and that's why you've already seen CLF move higher. I like this one. It's a relatively cheap stock. We can go in the money on it and we can give ourselves lots of time till expiration. So we're going to go out to the March 16th expiration cycle. This is not a fast moving stock. We are going to be buying the April regular expiration. We're going to be buying the $15 calls, which are about $1.25 in the money, and we're going to be buying those for $2.50 on the open today. You can see that in the staged order entry screen. We have buy for April 16th, $15 calls at $2.50. You'll also notice buy one Apple March 19th, 132.50 calls at $10. So let's take a look at that one. We'll put up Apple. We need to get some market exposure here. I want to get long. I want to do it fairly aggressively. So we're going to go into the March expiration. We're going to go down to the Apple 132.50s and we'll take a look at where those closed. You can see they closed $8.90 bid, offered at $9. The stock is indicated a little bit higher today, but it should not, these options should not open above $10. No way. So we are going to try and take this position as well. And let's take a look at the chart and I'll show you why I like that. Again, this is already in the staged order entry screen. This is a day order. We're going to get filled on this today. I haven't bought calls in a long time, but I see a market backdrop right now that's going to fuel a nice rally with the stimulus bill and the Fed saying we are going to stay very passive through 2022 and you've got economic growth. Typically, you get economic growth. It's a good news, bad news scenario because great, the economy's growing, everybody has jobs. But the Fed's going to tighten, and that's going to slow the growth. We don't have that situation right now. We have an economy that's recovering. We have a Fed that has promised not to do anything until 2022. That's the best case scenario. So we need to get long. The market's breaking out, and I will probably add to positions over the weekend. I'll have a chance to take a look at some other stocks that I like. These are your marching orders. So these orders are already staged and ready to go. Let's take a look at Apple very quickly. I need to conclude this video. You can see here that we've got a flat bottom green candle in here. This is also a bullish flag formation. My thought behind this is that Apple posted a really good number. It pulled back a little bit after the earnings announcement. They are getting involved in the EV market, the electronic vehicle market. And that has been a super, super hot play lately. I believe that that type of news is going to fuel the move for Apple. They are currently talking to 6 car manufacturers. They're going to do a deal. Not only that, they've actually had excellent sales as well and revenue growth. So I believe that Apple, because it has such a huge market cap, if the market goes up, I can't imagine that the market will go up without Apple participating. And you can see how we've got this breakout right here. We pulled below it last week, but we're just about to challenge it. I believe we're going to close above that breakout today. And you can see that the stock is at 137, 138 basically. So these options are already in the money by $6.50. So they'll have a really high delta to them. I'm looking for the stock to get back to that 145 high that it had. If that happens, we're going to be very happy. So those are your marching orders today. We're going to be buying some Apple calls. We're going to be buying some calls on CLF. We're going to be exiting our VXX position on the market at the open. And we're also going to be watching our Netflix spread. If it's below $550 at the close within the last 5 minutes of trading today, you must buy that spread back in. If the stock is considerably higher, Netflix is at $555, you don't need to worry about it. Our spread will expire worthless. That's all I've got for you. Look for another video on Sunday. Talk soon. Thank you for watching this YouTube video. I'm Pete Stolzers, and I'm going to keep the trade ideas coming along with lots of education, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and please turn on your notifications so that you never miss another trade. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. I've loaded 2 other videos that I think you're really going to enjoy. Stay tuned. We'll see you soon.